Hello and welcome back to Stomp City and episode 1 of a brand new series on the channel where I'm going to be trying to take Style Amsterdam from local to global. So it's been a while, I haven't had a video since I think like November, October time. So yeah, it's good to be back on TEW. I haven't played the game since then, so I haven't had any offline games, so I'm fairly rusty, let's say, but hopefully we can make this series interesting. So we're starting in a region that I've never started in before. So we're going to be in Europe this time. And obviously we're going to be based in the Netherlands. And we're starting with 7 popularity. So we're basically starting off where the last local to global ended. Obviously we're in a different region, but I've just set the home region to 7 popularity. It seems to have dropped in importance because I've already skipped a month to bring in sponsorship money from January, and our first show will be in February. We're currently in week 4 of February 2018, so we've had a decent bit of money come in, but it will be interesting to see how our ticket sales and workers' money will alter our profits. But yeah, we'll see how finances go into the future. So I'm basically just going to introduce you to the promotion in this episode and then go into the first show, Strong Style 1. If you're excited for the series, make sure you hit the like button, and if we hit 100 likes, I'm going to put 2 shows in the next episode. So we may as well go through the roster first. We have 3 divisions. We've got the heavyweight division, the women's division, and the junior heavyweight male division. And first in the roster is Bobby Guns. And this guy is from Germany. And he is the current WXW shotgun champion. And he seems pretty decent. And yeah, his real name's Robert Childs. But we're going by his WXW name, which is Bobby Guns. And he's a decent worker. I wouldn't say he's the best in the game, but for now, for what we have, or for what we need, he is decent. So he's got like 39 brawling, 40 chain wrestling, 40 mat wrestling. Decent psychology at 50. That could improve though, hopefully into the future. He's got decent stamina at 60. So yeah, he's a quality worker for a local company, at least at the minute. And he's going to be in the junior heavyweight division, as I said. And next up, we've got Cash from Zurich in Switzerland. His actual wrestling name is Cash Crash, but that's just too much for me. I'm not going to end up calling him Crash Cash and all sorts of different names. So we're just going to go with Cash. And I think that sounds pretty good anyway. Brawling is 40, 45 for chain wrestling, 45 for mat wrestling. So he's slightly edging Guns in the wrestling department at least. And yeah, overall decent stats for a local company once again. And the next wrestler in the junior heavyweight division is Jamie Ulto, I think it's pronounced. And he is from Finland. So yet another nationality. So far, 3 wrestlers, 3 nationalities. We're going worldwide. He's got 45 chain and mat again, 39 for brawling. So yeah, again, similar stats to Cash. And then we have next up in the junior heavyweight division, Matt Riddle, the former UFC fighter, current indie wrestling star. And he is hopefully going to develop into a really, really good wrestler in the game. So he's got 45 brawling, it started off at 50, 49 chain wrestling, 45 mat wrestling. Probably should have better submissions, to be honest. But he's got the basics down to a decent level. Needs to work on his psychology. Good stamina though, and star quality is decent. So yeah, I would say he should probably be a little bit better in game based on real life, but still, Matt Riddle is quality. And yeah, he's joined former UFC fighter in Strong Style Amsterdam. And the next junior heavyweight competitor is, I think it's pronounced Tengwa. Tenk. I don't know whether the K is pronounced or the G is pronounced, or whether they're both pronounced, but it's Tengwa. I think. And he's from Amsterdam, Netherlands. So far, everyone's from a different nationality, but this time he is from Amsterdam, a hometown boy, and should be a fan favourite going into the future. So he's got 39 brawling, 45 for Chain and Matt again. Similar stats. Basically, everyone's got the same stats for some reason. And lastly, the 6th competitor in the junior heavyweight division is the first ever WWE UK champion, Tyler Bate. And obviously he's from England, Neverton apparently. I thought he was from Dudley. It must be in Dudley or near Birmingham at least. But yeah, 45 brawling, 51 for chain wrestling, and 50 for mat wrestling. So probably the best on the roster so far, at least. And yeah, decent stats all round again. For some reason, he's only on $230 a week. I'm not sure how we got him on that much. And so is Matt Riddle. Probably the two I would expect to be on the most wages, to be honest, but I'm not going to complain. And next up, we can go into the heavyweight division. So we have Harley Rage coming in first. He's from Sweden. And again, decent stats, 50 brawling, but nothing really else going for him on the game. But still, he has good stats, again, for what we need. And then we have from the Netherlands, someone, fan of the series, I'll put it on the screen. Maybe his catchphrase can be, "What the hell is this?" Yeah, Jurn Simmons from the Netherlands. Apparently he's not from Heerenveen. Yeah, Jurn Simmons is on the roster, and yeah, I'm excited about him. I've seen him in real life for Defiant Wrestling, I think it was at, formerly WCPW. And yeah, he really stood out. A lot of presence when he's in the room. He's a big lad. And yeah, he's good in the ring as well, I think. So yeah, he's a former champion in WXW and and 2-time world champion in WXW. So he has plenty of experience coming into a promotion based in his home nation. So yeah. And next up, we've got Pascal Spalter. He is from Germany. And he has good stats, actually. 50 brawling, 39 chain wrestling, 40 for mat, 54 psychology. So he's probably in and around the best heavyweight that we've got for in-ring ability, at least. And then we go to the big bad Russian, Peter Bojet from Moscow in Russia, obviously. And he is the highest paid wrestler on the card, aged 43. But I wanted someone in the heavyweight division that has experience and that can be someone to help put over the younger talent now that he's going into the later stage of his career. And yeah, the big bad Russian is the man that's going to do that job. He's going to also work as our road agent for the shows. And he has 49 brawling, and that's about it. 60 psychology, actually. That's probably down to his age, and he's got the basics down to a decent level as well. Next up in the heavyweight division is another experienced wrestler. His name is Taniguchi for us, but he's known as Shuhei Taniguchi in Japan for Pro Wrestling Noah, where he has worked there. I think it was for 12 years when I looked it up. And he's a former amateur wrestler. And apparently he did wrestling for the Japanese military or armed forces. And he also performed at or fought at the All Japan Championships, which apparently is like the biggest competition for amateur wrestling in Japan. So yeah, he's got good, solid accolades and history behind him in terms of legit competition, which is important for the division, I think. Yeah, he's definitely got the best stats for the heavyweight competitors. And again, someone to put over the younger talent, and maybe he can be a learning tree for the likes of Jurn Simmons, Harley Rage, and people like that. And finally, we end the heavyweight division with Wolfgang, who obviously people may know from the WWE UK tournament. So he's the second competitor that we've taken from that list of talent. So Wolfgang only really brawling in the wrestling ability, and everything else is decent though. He's got good psychology, good basics, and yeah, stuff like that. And he comes in after being a fan of the series and also liking his related tweet on the roster reveal. So yeah, nice bloke. Yeah, coming in from Glasgow, Scotland. He is going to be one for the future, aged only 32, but a high-flying heavyweight coming in to finish off the heavyweight roster. And then we're going to go into the women's division now, where Charlie Morgan from Cambridgeshire in England, she is going to come in from, I think she was trained at Progress. I may be wrong, but yeah. She's got 39 brawling, 45 for mat and chain. Again, similar stats to everyone else on the card. And then we have from Portugal, Killer Kelly. And she looks like a badass. And 45 brawling, 45 chain, 45 mat. And decent all-round stats everywhere else. Again, similar to the rest of the card. And then we have Layla Rose from Berlin, Germany. And again, similar stats. I'll not go through the stats from now on. But yeah, again, another nationality. I think we've got a couple of Germans. Then we have Macon, who I think, from what I can see in real life, she's actually a personal trainer. But she looks like she's like a kickboxer maybe, or MMA kind of person. So that's how she's going to be booked. And she's from Norway, so again, another nationality. And then we have Shayla Sky from Belgium. And she's going to be a young baby face on the women's roster. Hopefully she can develop and learn with the rest of the roster. And yeah, she's actually upper mid-card at the minute, only aged 21. So yeah, Shayla Sky, someone for the future from Belgium. And finally, another WWE tournament competitor, this time semi-finalist for the Mae Young Classic. We have from Auckland, New Zealand, Toni Storm. And she is the final member of the roster before we get into the show. And not quite as good stats as I would have thought. Only 32 for brawling, 41 for chain, 41 for mat. Not very good psychology with 47. But hopefully she can develop as well. And in real life, she's a star. And yeah, she's only aged 22 as well. So quite a young roster if we sort it by age. In general, anyway, we've got 20, 21, 22, 24, 25. So yeah, only really a few aged over 32. Actually, only 2 aged over 32, and they're 41, 43. And that's the heavyweight division. So yeah, young roster, a lot of potential in it, I think. And yeah, it should be fun using them, I think. And then we go into the creative meeting. We've got franchise players, Jørn Simmons, top of the pile. And then at second, we've got Tyler Bate, then Bobby Guns, Tenkwa, and Cash to finish off that page. No next big things at the minute. Hot prospects are Toni Storm, Harley Rage, Macon, Charlie Morgan, and Jamie Ulto. And yeah, so 3 women actually in this list, and 1 heavyweight, 1 junior. And then showstoppers is Jørn Simmons, Taniguchi, Pascal Spalter, Charlie Morgan, and Wolfgang. In terms of ring generals, at the top again, Taniguchi, top of, well, he's second in showstoppers and ring generals. Taniguchi is top of the list, followed by Peter Bogetz. So yeah, the 2 older statesmen of the roster making up the top 2, then followed by Jørn Simmons, Wolfgang, and Pascal Spalter. We haven't got any who's not or who's not right now, but in time decline, apparently Peter Bogetz is going to be hitting a downward slope soon. It says it won't be for a few years though, so maybe he will stick around for a bit longer, but he's the one with the shortest contract. He's only on a year contract, but hopefully he can do the job in that time, and maybe we can renew his contract depending on how he does, or if he still wants to wrestle. But yeah, that's the roster, and we also have 3 championships, as you can see on the side of the screen, but I'll show you the prestige for them. We have 3 main event titles, but I've put it at the lowest that a main event title can be, because I want these titles to compete to be the best belt on the card. There's going to be no restrictions as to who can main event at what time. So we've got the heavyweight with C+, Strong Style Junior at 71 C+ again, and women's with the same. And we're going to be looking to crown the champions over the next 4 shows. So you can see on the screen a match card for Strong Style 1, which will have a qualifier from each division. And there's going to be 3 shows of qualifiers. and the winners of those matches will go into their dedicated championship match on Strong Style 4, and of course the winner of that will win their respective championships. So it should be a good start to the series, and we've got a goal in mind, and that is to name the champions of Strong Style Amsterdam. So the product that I've built for the promotion is called Strong Style Entertainment, and it's going to be a very realism based product, but with elements of sports entertainment mixed in with with promos and stuff like that. So we've got for events 80% match ratio, for TV 70. So there is room for backstage stuff and in-ring promos and whatever else. We have the women's wrestling division integrated with the roster, so I can see who's main event, who's upper mid-card, who's mid-card, etc., rather than just having a women's division section. I feel that makes more sense, so we can see which title, which wrestlers are doing the best in the promotion by using auto push, basically. We're banning spinal impact moves, so no pile drivers, but everything else is permitted. So in terms of appeal definition, we've got medium traditional, medium mainstream as well to get the sponsors in. We've got low cult, medium modern, heavy realism, low hyper realism, don't want to go too mental, low hardcore. We're going to have sometimes when it needs to get to that point in a storyline where there's going to be a last man standing match or something like that, hardcore will come into play, but it's not going to be a prominent thing in the company. Lucha Libre is low as well. Sometimes we're going to bring in high flyers, but not a lot. Pure wrestling low as well, and Daredevil very low, but when required, people are going to jump off things. And this leaves the definition of the product, and it means that wrestlers are rated more on performance than popularity, which is important specifically for a local to global, because we can't sign people with big popularity anyway. So yeah, that's good. Hardcore skill will be less effective, which is fine because it's not going to be used that often anyway. And we're not really going to sign people based on their hardcore skill. Well, at least not yet anyway. And gimmicks won't have any impact, which is good. So I don't have to mess about with them. And it'll attract fans who will be put off by highly risky angles. So we're not going to go too far with the angles, but we're going to have angles in there nonetheless. And we are favourable to getting sponsorship, which is big. I think that's down to mainstream and traditional. So we're going to, still going to try and break the mainstream market with the elements of entertainment, as I said. And SSA will not be rocked by wrestling industry changes, which is also good, I guess. And we've also got a face to heel divide, which is new for the channel because we've not really had that before. TNA levels none, because it's not about that life. The women are very serious competitors in the promotion, and yeah, that's going to be the way we're going with that. But we're going to get into the show now, I think, unless I can think of anything else to show. If there's anything I'm missing, make sure you let me know in the comments below, and I can arrange to show you in the next episode. I'll make a note somewhere. But yeah, hopefully you're excited for the show, and let's get right into it. So we start the show with a tale of the tape for our opening match, which will be a heavyweight championship qualifying match between Jørn Simmons and Peter Bojetz. And in this one, Peter Bojetz definitely has the experience advantage, aged 42. Is that an advantage? Because you could also say Jørn Simmons has got the youth advantage. So it could go either way. It's going to be a close battle. Jørn Simmons goes in 6'5", 6'3" for Peter Bojetz. But Bojetz does weigh more at 290 pounds, with Jørn at 253. Both similar sort of records for championships, but Jørn Simmons has done it in less time. Former WXW World Champion is Jørn, and also former Pro Wrestling Holland World Champion and Pro Wrestling Showdown World Champion, which is two other Dutch promotions. So yeah, he's got experience winning heavyweight championships in Dutch promotions, and also over in Germany twice with WXW. Peter Bojetz has only won one heavyweight championship in his career, but he is a former WXW Extreme Champion and a two-time tag champion, once at GWF and once at GSW. So it's going to be an interesting matchup, and this Tale of the Tape got 18 E-, and these segments are based on overness. So for now, it doesn't really matter what they get. Over time, as they do better in ring, since that's what our product is based on, the tail of the tapes will then start to improve because they're based on popularity. So good matches will create popularity. Popularity will create good tail of the tapes. So yeah, E- for that one, 18. And for the match itself, Jørn Simmons defeats Peter Bogetz in 10 minutes 30 by pinfall. And I'm going to set his finisher to a powerbomb. I still need to do that. So yeah, he finishes him off with a powerbomb and a 27 E-, and 29 for Jørn and 23 for Bogetz. So Jørn, probably the rightful winner overall, and there were no improvements to note. And then we go into the next tail of the tape, this time for the junior heavyweight division, where Tyler Bate will take on Jamie Ulto. And Tyler Bate is younger, but he has got more experience in the wrestling business. Obviously winning a lot more at such a young age. He's the first ever WWE UK tournament winner, former WWE UK champion. Obviously that he won that with the tournament win and eventually lost it to Pete Dunne. But he is the current Rev Pro British Tag Team Champion, and he is also a former WXW Shotgun Champion. And Jamie Ulto, age 24, hasn't won any titles in his career as of yet. But the Englishman takes on the lad from Finland, similar height, similar weight. So I don't think that'll be a deciding factor in this one, but it should be a good match. So let's get into it. And this segment got a 10F. Again, same thing with the tail of the tapes. They don't really matter for now. And the bout got a decent reaction from the crowd, subpar wrestling. But Jamie Ulto defeats Tyler Bate in 15 minutes 08 by pinfall with a quick cradle. And Jamie Ulto and Tyler Bate have great chemistry, which is good to see. Ulto got a 15 though, and Tyler Bate got a 26. But I wanted to boost Jamie Ulto in the first show, and Tyler Bate can always recover. He's an established name. But we've created somewhat of a star with Jamie Ulto within this match. And, well, hopefully he can improve in the ring. But yeah, again, that's not too bad at all. 22 E- overall. He is improving in rumble skills, so hopefully that helps with going into the future. And after the pinfall, Jamie Ulto quickly rolls out of the ring to celebrate with the crowd. And he's got the surprise win and everyone's happy. And Tyler Bate kicks the bottom rope in frustration and leaves the arena with his head down. And he looks frustrated. Decent overall, 8F. Not great, but it's more than our popularity. So that's good. And then we go to the next tail of the tape. This time it is for the women's division. Shayla Sky taking on Killer Kelly. Shayla Sky aged only 21, with Killer Kelly going in 25 years old. The young Belgian taking on Killer Kelly from Portugal in the capital, Lisbon. I couldn't find any actual information on Killer Kelly's height or weight, so I just made it up. But yeah, similar weight and height in this one. And the main advantage for Killer Kelly in this match, not only the age, but she is the first ever WXW Women's Champion. And she looks to be named the first ever Strong Style Women's Champion. And this got a 15F+, not too bad. And in about that had a decent reaction from the crowd, but subpar wrestling. Our main event, Killer Kelly defeats Shayla Sky in 10 minutes 02 by submission. And that should be guillotine choke. I did set it. I'll just leave it. But yeah, that should be guillotine choke. And Killer Kelly qualifies for the triple threat at Strong Style 4. So all of the winners tonight go into their respective triple threat matches. And Shayla Sky got a 21, and probably deserved winner, Killer Kelly gets a 25. And there is no working improvements to note, but 23 E- overall, so not bad at all. And after the match, Shayla Sky slowly gets to her feet whilst holding her neck after tapping out to Killer Kelly's guillotine choke. And as Killer Kelly celebrates on the middle rope, Shayla Sky taps her on the back to get her attention. And Kelly gets down and goes face to face with her. And Sky then offers a handshake, which Kelly accepts. And Sky goes to turn around to walk away, but Kelly doesn't let go, and she keeps a grip on Sky's hand. And then Killer looks her dead in the eye and pulls Sky in for another guillotine choke. And Sky taps and taps and taps, but she just doesn't let go and squeezes the life out of her. And with Shayla Sky unconscious in the centre of the ring, Killer slowly walks to the back with a sadistic grin on her face. So, established 2 characters here, I guess. Shayla Sky, gracious in defeat and wanted to show some respect for Killer Kelly after a good match, and Killer Kelly has showed her personality and she's not making any friends, and she's made Shayla pass out. So that got a 14 F+, and we've increased our popularity in one region with a 22 E- overall, so I'll take that. And I'm going to give the post-show speech and give encouragement to all of the winners, and hopefully that gives them a boost in the next show at Strong Style 4 when they will next be competing. But Jørn Simmons pleased, Killer Kelly's pleased, and Jamie Alto is pleased. And yeah, I'm going to leave this episode here, so hopefully you've enjoyed it. And in the next episode, it will be Strong Style 2, where we're going to see more qualifiers for the championship triple threat at Strong Style 4. And it's going to be Macon taking on Charlie Morgan, Wolfgang taking on Harley Rage, and Matt Riddle, the former UFC competitor, taking on Cash. And if we hit the 100 likes before the next episode, I'll bring you 2 shows, which will include Strong Style 3, which will be Tenqua taking on Bobby Guns, Tony Storm taking on Layla Rose, and Taniguchi taking on Pascal Spalter. So if that's something you're looking forward to, make sure you subscribe and all that stuff. Turn on notifications if you want to get notified every time I upload. And yeah, until next time, peace.